We're going to go now to our questions provided by the Hispanic Chamber, the Black Chamber, as well as St. Luke's Medical Center. As I said at the start, we're going to go back and forth, everybody showing the mic. Our first question. If elected, how would you help improve the business climate in Phoenix, and what qualifies you to do that?
One of the major emphases of my campaign is putting people back to work. And the way I would do that is to partner with the public and private sector to be able to come together and put people back to work, see how we can set up incubators for new jobs to help those businesses, small businesses that already exist. Another thing I would do is to make sure that we provide tutoring and mentor program for our young people so that they can be competitive in the job market and filling out their applications and taking whatever required tests there are. I would recruit a core of retired teachers and others to help our young people be ready for that. And also cut the red tape for small businesses. Expedite how they can have the first chance to be successful as small business persons.
Again, 60 seconds each candidate.
Well, in order to get economic activity in District 8, the first thing we have to do is provide security. Nobody wants to start a business where they're getting vandalized, where there's graffiti. I mean, that's the first step. Security is one of the basic needs of anybody in any business. Second, I also partner with private businesses and see if we can attract them down into District 8. We have to look at how and what we can do to expedite private business starting, both small business and medium businesses. We need to expand the ability for businesses to start. One of my goals as your city councilman is to increase the efficiency of City Hall. Permits, how to get them, the wait time, the requirements. We're being overregulated. We need to stop overregulating and start listening to people. People know what they're doing and how to do it. And we just need to let them have the opportunities to succeed.
I grew up in the home of a small business owner. My mom, who's here tonight, opened up a daycare center right in the heart of South Phoenix to provide services to kids, but yes, also to run a business. At the time, my dad was the head of the Black Chamber of Commerce, and so this event in and of itself is something that's important to me. But I'll tell you this, I'm the only candidate in this race, and I'm going to come back to this at a few points tonight, who is calling for 100% of the funding of our vital city services. Now, those are the services that mentor kids or provide job training centers. They're the services that keep our pools open and create a climate in the city that is attractive to bring the businesses in. We can talk about economic development, but it often goes over the heads of the true residents of this district. We need someone who will fight to actually bring those ideas down. So those ideas are promoting growth for local and small businesses, bringing the Metro Light Rail into District 8, which will create a corridor of growth wherever that light rail goes. And third, it's providing these vital services I keep speaking about in our schools. When our schools are strong and we create the workforce to attract employers, we create economic development.
Economic development is a passion of mine. It's what I do for a living, and I've been involved with the Arizona Chamber of Commerce, Economic Development Committee, the Arizona Association for Economic Development. So I know what other cities are doing to attract businesses, and I work with businesses who will talk about how much easier it is to get a permit or do business in other cities, how other elected officials will do anything they can to get off-site improvements, to get the infrastructure, to get the transportation that a business needs to create great jobs. So I have a lot of great examples. I also really want to do a better job educating our local businesses about opportunities to do business with the city of Phoenix. I was just talking to a District 8 resident who owns a business doing refilling inkjet cartridges in District 8 as well. And he was saying he didn't have the chance to compete for the city of Phoenix work. I asked him if he bid, and he didn't even begin to know the process for becoming a city small business certified contractor, for getting in and getting to compete for this business. We need to do a better job making sure that if there's an opportunity to benefit and to do business in the city of Phoenix, that all of the entrepreneurs in this room know how the system works and can be part of it.
Well done, great 60-second answers. Our second question. The city of Phoenix is now a minority city, and the state is moving in that direction as well. Is that shift reflected in the city's economy? And how would you ensure that minority-owned companies thrive here?
So many years ago, the city did a study, and we found that disproportionately minority and women-owned businesses were not getting business with the city of Phoenix. And we implemented a series of programs to provide preferences to make sure that's happened. The city then ended those in 2010, except for a series of federal programs where we still have those. And so the first thing we need to do is what I spoke about earlier, which is make sure that all of the companies who are eligible for that federal funds are part of the process and certified. We have a great directory of businesses, small businesses, that other cities actually use because we did such a great job certifying those companies. And so that's something we definitely need to continue. But we as that program ended, we haven't done as good of a job spreading the word and partnering with groups like the Hispanic Chamber and the Black Chamber to make sure that all of the members know about the opportunities to do business with the city of Phoenix.
I believe in programs, I believe in policies that promote economic development, but if we have a community where the majority of our students are not graduating from schools, we're not going to actually have a workforce, one, either to help our families here in the district employ their children in the next generations, but two, we're not going to attract those businesses directly into the district. Because when people don't graduate from school, they don't actually promote strong and safe neighborhoods to attract those businesses into them. So local and small business practices that help small and local businesses generally help, by and large, Latino and African American and ethnic businesses. The largest growing markets of business in our district and our state, frankly, are Latino businesses that cater to the Latino community and all of the other communities of color. So when you promote the vital structure, infrastructure, and resources within our neighborhoods, instead of putting $8 million in a parking garage on the north side of the town, and you invested in our schools and in our people and our job training programs, you create small businesses right where people of color live.
Well, businesses always start, obviously, with entrepreneurship, and I think that we have to encourage entrepreneurship throughout the district. But additionally, as Mr. Robinson was saying, we need to look at our education system. One of the things I think that's often overlooked is that people can learn outside of the school system. I think we need to start working and looking at OJT, on-the-job training. Get businesses, small businesses, entrepreneurs to mentor and help young people, students, high school students, and get them some training in actually working every day, getting up early in the morning and actually working out in the sun, and getting that feeling of reward for having done a good job. That's what's missing. We don't know what that's like anymore. I started working when I was 13 illegally. I'm glad the statute of limitations is over. But I started working when I was 13, stocking shelves so I can get myself a pair of jeans because my mom wasn't going to buy me one. So, I mean, I know what it's like to work and feel good about working for a living. When I put those jeans on, it was the best feeling in the world. And that's what we need to do.
I would follow the lead of Councilman Michael Johnson, who's standing back there. He has, in his 12-year tenure, insisted that the city, dealing with the airport, make sure that opportunities have been made available for people of color, for women, for other minorities, that they would be able to start their businesses in the airport, which is a major financial engine of District 8. And so I would build on what he has done and expand that across the district so that we would make sure that the businesses and business leaders and companies would reflect the majority-minority growth that's taking place. And we work with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Black Chamber of Commerce, the Asian Chamber of Commerce, and one community, which is the LGBT community, which deals with business persons who are LGBT. We work with them so that they would have a place at the table.